So I could stand it. Hey, welcome to the channel. I could put this up like this, but the problem is the wind could blow it over because we're outside. I'd like to video me climbing over, but I can't because then I won't be able to reach this thing. Hey! Aye. Right, so I don't know if it's going to stay there. If it falls over, right, let's get over. And welcome to the channel. Today we'll be truck spotting with me. Truck spotting with me and so I can lift this over. Oh yes, Jack Richard and son. Got a lot of trucks, guys. We need to get on with this exercise. So I was planning on popping this over. Could actually go around there, couldn't we? Yeah, could do. Napier. Yeah, so got to insure your aircraft as well. I don't even have an aircraft. But well, it's a nice thought. Right guys, how do I do this with two machines on the go? That's the thing with that, it's kinda go over here. I was thinking about going here today. So how is that going to work? Right, so we've got 3 delivering winners. We get caught out a bit there. We're not quite ready. Right. Not quite ready. That's alright, but just like that. So what I need to do now is swap them around. It's not windy, so it should be alright. But I probably... Oh yes. A push bike. Oh dear. That's funny. Young white men being privileged. It's the only time they get it if they're willing to give up their testicles for a push bike. Sad, isn't it, really? And it's a Vera, often mistreated vehicle. Aye, I kind of want to go over there actually, is what I'm feeling. I know it's the same as yesterday, but you're kind of catching a lot there, aren't you? Yeah. So, shall we do that? We could stay here, but yeah. Let's just do that, guys. So, we're getting... How does this work? Alright, it comes back up itself. We're just trying this out, aren't we? Aye. Right, trailer. Ooh, ah, shit, nearly fell over there, guys. Right, that's the thing with that one, it fucking does that. It does it all the time. So much so you can't really use it anymore for that purpose. It wasn't as bad as that before. So let's not do that. Wow. Let's go, we'll have to wait till it's... Woo. Right, we're going. Going now, guys. Right. People! Yay! Right, we'll get in position and have a chat. Oh! Ah, right, that one doesn't sit on there so good. Yeah! Pull it in a bit. It's busy. And we've got Hayton Coulthard coming round. Hayton Coulthard, guys. Oh yes, we have got Hayton. We're going to get a picture of this. It's probably the guy that I seen yesterday. Right. Yeah. Going to be in them bargains. ABC doors. Fuck it, right. Doesn't actually sit in that thing very well. But then it does if you pull it right out. Pull it right out of it. Pull it right out. Yeah. Like that. You don't have to stand on it. It'll sit on the ground. Like that. Right, that's us, we're set up. See how far up this goes. It goes, so what we got, we're at 10 minutes of this video. Yeah. Right, so what I'm going to talk about today. Okay, right, so last night, right, so currently on Facebook arguing about, well, gender. I mean, gender is, you know, so gender critical feminism. So we're talking about the argument centres, well, ostensibly on the outside, right, so the root causes of the argument are not what I'm talking about at the moment. But what they are arguing about is bathrooms and toilets. So J.K. Rowling is funding gender critical feminists to fight transgender ideologues. So there's people pushing transgender ideology. Now the main argument seems to be against transgender women who were biologically male, or are biologically male, right? So that's the fight about the other way. They don't seem to be bothered, and that, you know, like about trans men, which is biological females who are living as males. Now, obviously, with all that sort of thing, there's a lot of conflation. You know, but it's a bit of a minefield. There's a lot of conflation, but yeah. So, I mean, you're talking. It's an ism, isn't it? So it's on a spectrum. So, I mean, males. So females have moved into male spaces over the last 100 years. So males equally are moving into female spaces, if you want, and that's what the argument's about. So the argument is centred over bathrooms and toilets, weirdly enough. I mean, this is the height of our civilization. So that's how strong their argument is. So right from the offset, it's a very weak position, because there's no laws regarding toilets and bathrooms. So the Supreme Court made a judgment that sex, so this is what they're clinging on to for grim death, is that sex, so you never indicated come off, that sex is a biological reality, which it is, right? Well, you know, so you're either male or female, and there is some in between, very small percentage of people. So what the argument is over toilets and bathrooms and sports is the other one. Women's sports. They don't, because men are superior to women in these realms. I think it's fair to say that. I mean, otherwise it wouldn't be. Why would they be arguing? You know, they are superior in that they're stronger, fitter, faster. You know, I don't know if they're brighter exactly. I don't think so. I think the intelligence levels are the same. Competence. There's different factors between males and females, which you know, there is different factors, right? So it's not like cutting a circle in half. It's cutting a circle in half, but with sort of different ragged edges on it. So males might be a bit more into the female side, and females might be more into the male side. It's how I understand the differences between the biological sexes, or the gender, which is a different word, male and... Well, men and women is the gender. Biological sex would be male and female. Oh yes, a Land Rover. Oh yes. You look like I've just been at a funeral or something. Right, so what the argument's about is about, so that they want transgender women out of what they call female spaces. So the argument pretty much well, they are irrational, these people. So they are every bit as mad as gender critical feminists are every bit as mad as the transgender ideologues. It's the same. It's a different element of the same lack of integration into humanity. It's an extreme, and it's another. So there's fighting another extreme. So I find myself in one of these categories, but I'm not an ideologue, right? So you could say, well, I sort of made this decision or landed up going on this pathway, and now I can't get off it, right? So I'm on it, right? So I've got to live with it. So I'm not an ideologue, and I'm not pushing trans ideology whatsoever, but I am kind of following the European Court of Human Rights, which has been around since 2004. So am I going off tangent here? There's a Renault Clio. That looks like quite a sporty one. Yeah. Right, so what's actually happening is these lot have been geared up with this finding, and J.K. Rowling's been funding a lot of these court actions. So she's been perverting democracy with her money, and basically she's behaving like any other bitter, twisted, dissatisfied woman, which is a sort of trait a lot of them have, a majority of them have. So she's pushing that thing, and so if you start talking to anyone about it, you're wasting your time, really. So basically my position is the Supreme Court is not the highest court in the land, and the findings were just findings. It's a legislative error, is what it is. So the legislation is still in place, but the hate crime this is significant. The hate crime legislation is still in place as well. So I've had loads of abuse on it. I report them every time to Facebook. Is what I do. Because the Online Safety Act, you should be able to go online and have civil discourse. Yeah, you can take the piss out of people. Yeah, you can have a laugh, but there needs to be civil discourse. AK Hollage. So I believe that you should be able to discuss things, you should be able to disagree with things, but you shouldn't become abusive and horrible to people. So I've been called, so I get called a man or a dude. So I come up with this great retort, which was, you're a dud. Now, so what they're talking about is, they believe that these gender critical feminists, or feminism in general, believes that women should have complete autonomy over their own bodies. Right, so that's fine, right? So I'm not really arguing with that, why not? But the reality is that, as far as I can tell, if you are a human being and you've spent millions and billions of years, your ancestors have brought you to this point, it is your duty to reproduce, right? So it's your duty to get a mate and bring up children. That's what I believe, right? So I tried to do that, it didn't work. Well, no, I have produced children. It didn't really work out very well, but I did try, right? So that's what I believe, and so they are going fucking mad. So what they'll say to me, I'm not a man. They tell me I'm not a man. So my position with that is, no, they're saying that I am a man. My position with that is fine, right? I am, right? Great, okay? Because it doesn't really matter what they think, right? So it's because it's what the European Court of Human Rights thinks. Now, just quickly to get onto that. The problem that they've got is some will be calling for us to come out of the European Court of Human Rights. The European Court of Human Rights is not the EU. It's not, that's European Court of Human Rights is a separate thing from the EU, right? So we are in it, and we've been in it. Human rights back to the 90s, the mid 90s. So what they're not realising, this is how dumb they are, like these radical women, extremist women, feminists, and men as well, that are backing them up. What they're not realising is, if we come out of that, or we chuck the transgender women under the bus is what they want to do, then they are not seeing the fact that they, as women, will be next, or homosexuals will be next, lesbians will be next. So that's the problem they've got, and that's where we're at with that. It's all a bit ridiculous. It's all a bit ridiculous. Hey, it's great. I've got some waves there. See, that's the thing. This woman got into me for that, but there's a guy in the back of his van waving. It was brilliant. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. That's really good. I feel really good about that, and I hope I like to point out that even though I say some pretty weird things, I do sort of love everyone, and you don't take it too seriously, some of my opinions. I'm feeling a wee bit guilty, because obviously you treat everybody individually and you shouldn't be nasty about people. So when you talk, well, it's because you don't want to go down that rabbit hole. You've got to keep your humanity in check. That's what I'm saying, right? Oh yes. Keep your humanity going, don't lose it, and so Don't lose it, guys. Don't lose it. Keep it real. Keep it decent. Keep it polite. And keep it respectful. Yeah. But the problem with me and my big gob is people could pick up things that I've said. We've got 26. Well, that's happened already. Yeah. I've got 26,000 videos, and there's nobody really controlling what I'm saying. I just say any fucking thing, right? So I have got into trouble with that already. Yeah. 2 or 3 times, as you would expect. Skoda, is it a VRS? Yes, it looks like it. Performance model, yeah. No, yes. Yes, Reg makes a run for it. Yeah. So where are we with that topic? Did I cover it all? Did I cover it? Anyway, so when you start talking to these people, they're just horrible. It's totally entrenched. So what is going to happen is they'll have to sort out legislation. It's quite disappointing that the Labour government of all governments would dump us, chuck us under a bus like that, just because they don't really want to deal with it. It's a hot potato, and that's how Nicola Sturgeon lost her. That's how she got. Well, one of the reasons on the motorhome. That's how she got fucked up. Was that subject? She got it wrong. So the prisons and everything like that's the other one they like to go on about. So the prisons are dealt with, and the prison people, the governors and the staff at the prisons, they're not stupid at all. They know what they're doing. So basically, you've got to think about the prison population. Is it safe, to put this person in, like, so you've got a transgender woman, say, with a vagina and breasts, so you want to put her in, so the gender critical feminists want her put in the male estate. So obviously that's going to cause a lot of problems within the prison, because they'll be fucking her and all sorts of things. It's a really bad idea. So equally, you don't want to be putting it depends really. So what really we're talking about here is if they've had what their genital status is really what we're talking about. So that's when the whole definition of women thing got a bit convoluted, was with SNP pushed a lot of that stuff, which all went horribly wrong. But we don't want to get too much into that. I could talk about that in a lot of depth, but we started talking about Alex Salmond and stuff like that. What happened to him and what happened to Tyler Bryson. So common sense would dictate that a transgender woman who's had the operation should be in a female prison, right? It's got to do with paperwork as well as genitals. They might have. So there's a tribunal in England. Can't remember where it is. You can change your legal gender. But I think from the prison perspective, you could say you could have trade plates. You could have the operation and not change your legal gender, right? That's quite possible for whatever reason. It's up to them, right? That may happen. So you still wouldn't want to be putting that person in a prison. So, like the other aspect to this would be, you don't want to put a biological female who has become Hayden Coulthard. You wouldn't want to be putting a biological female who's now male, living as a man, right? You've got to watch your terms. I mean, I conflated terms there. It's easy to do it. I really should have said living as a male rather than no, living as a man. Male's the biology. I should have said living as a male. You don't want to put that man in a male prison, because they'll get battered to fuck, right? Or you know, they might well do. I'm not exact. I don't think it would be a lot of fun for them, right? So I think the prison system does show the hard biological realities of sex, male or female, and obviously this is the thing that annoys me with these feminists as well. They speak like these women are all victims. They're criminals. You know, the ones that's in the prison. They're criminals, right? They like to go on like they're, you know, it's like, so they even talk about they don't want women's prisons. That's the actual. So it's only men that should be punished in our society for wrongdoing, but women shouldn't be. It's absolutely insane, and you know, the thinking behind it all. But that's where we are with that. They are mad. So I was getting called dude and mad. Like, look, I'm going to live with that. I don't mind that, right? Let's just say I don't care, right? It's up to you, whatever way you can go for whatever you want, right? It's not up to me to police your thoughts, right? I can't and I won't, right? Or anyone's, right? So what I mean is that it's the European Court of Human Rights that matters, and the law, and the Supreme Court. So the argument is the Supreme Court is not the highest court in the land, and that's a fact. Hey! Oh shit! Sorry, pressed the wrong button there as usual. But we got him another one though. Yeah. So the Supreme Court is not the highest court in the land. The E8. So I say that, but I don't tell them who is. I put a hint, because why should I tell people everything? Why should I do your own fucking homework, you know? And the highest court in the United Kingdom is the European Court of Human Rights, and that's because we are in it. We didn't leave it. If you want to leave it, you do so at your own peril, because gay marriages will go, lesbians will go, homosexuals will go, and then women. Why should women get equal rights? They'll go as well. It's such a minefield. They haven't thought about it. They think they can just bash a bunch of trannies and that's that. So I think I've covered that. That's been 20 odd minutes I've been talking about that. Right, so let's move on to the next subject. The SNP. Right, so they put a post up, like this SNP guy from Perth and Kinross. Right, he put a post up, so it's a weird thing that he said that the unemployment in Scotland has fallen by 3%, but it's risen in the UK by 5%. So right off the bat we've got a problem there, haven't we? Because we've got a conflation of what the fuck? Why are they going so slow? We've got a conflation of figures going on there. So I said, well, please be aware that Scotland is in the United Kingdom, right? So they're in the morning I got they're making it that I'm thick, but I'm not thick. It is in the United Kingdom. So you've got a conflation of figures, right off the bat. Oh, I've got somebody stopped over there. I will have. This is where we can use our. There you go. We can use our. What are they doing sitting there? Can you see them? I'm not exactly sure where it's pointing, because I can't see exactly. Somebody stopped. Right, so the conflation. So I thought, oh well, I'll have a look at this. So what you can do, you can use a lot of people call it Chat GPT. I don't use Chat GPT. I use something similar. Put that information in there. So what's actually happened? So that is a distortion of figures. What they've put there, the SNP guy. So that is an example of how they distort reality for power, to get power. Right, so Fernhall, well that's heavy, isn't it? That's heavy. You can feel it, can you? It's freaking heavy, that one. Oh aye, all that ballast and everything. It's a distortion of figures, because I did a bit of research. Well, no, I just keyed it into that machine. It comes out with statistics, and so it's people out of work is higher. People that aren't productive, in other words, they don't have a job, is higher in Scotland than it is in, well, probably because they use the UK. Because my point is that Scotland's in the UK, so you're using a figure where Scotland's in against another figure. So it's complete lies, complete shite, and it was easily debunked. So I'll be getting the usual hate mail. The other thing that's happening is Stirling Council has been canteen transport taken over by the SNP. Now what happened was there was an election here where I'm standing right now, not far from here, and there's an election here, and what happened was the SNP got in. Tate Howdens, the SNP are now in charge of Stirling Council, so they're all celebrating this, all these numpties, the Nats. It's just more shit. I mean, the SNP are in control of the councils anyway, so now it'll just be worse, more bullshit, more crap. So the zealots love it, and I'm just saying, well, I don't like any of them. I don't like Labour, I don't like Conservative, I don't like the SNP. Totally don't like the SNP. So they are hanging on to that dream just because they want to be independent. It's just a lack of intelligence, and you're being used with the political system. It's a lack of critical thought. The system is corrupt, and you somehow think that these politicians are going to give you something that you're not getting. They don't even know what that is. Freedom. They call it freedom, but what the fuck is that? You know, what do you mean freedom? What do you want? They've demonstrated you get less freedom already with them. That's what they do. God. Oh, it does blow around a wee bit. It does blow around a bit. Right, well, it's getting quieter now, so that's 32 minutes we've been here. Maybe we could shuffle off home, actually. Might do. Right, so I don't know what that guy's doing. It doesn't seem like heavy enough to bother getting the brolly out. Sun and the rain. I'm sheltered a bit in here, but another one, what's the other argument? Yeah, Stirling Council, so it's the same shit, just even more shit. It's going to be even worse with them lot in there. You know, absolute idiots. Will they reinstate the Christie clock? No. Will they? Fuck. A bunch of clowns. Yeah. Absolute bunch of clowns. Yeah. Yep, they are, guys. Absolute bunch of fannies. I think what we'll do is we'll go home that way. Go round and go back over there. Back to the way we came, I think that's what we'll do. So we'll give it another 5 minutes or so. Oh yes. I mean, you're just arguing over deck chairs in the Titanic, aren't you, when you're going on with these politicians? So they've actually lied to their supporters and to anyone else, you know, about these statistics. These are deceptive statistics. Deliberately deceptive. There'll be a whole load of snotograms waiting for me when I get home on Facebook. Well, it's because I'm not looking at them now. And it's just pure deception. Why did they vote? Like, the other thing I was looking at last night was William McDowell, Renee McRae. God, so I watched this court case. That's sort of like twice I've watched. Is that a new transit? Highway maintenance. William McDowell. That's a weird one. It's a weird one, yeah. So in 1976, it's difficult to be. I mean, obviously people don't want the truth. That's why a lot of people don't like me, because I say things that are truthful and they don't want to hear it. Renee McRae was messing around, right? Her husband was, you know, let's keep the bullshit out of this, right? The bullshit, the love, and all that fucking crap. It's all pish, right? That's absolute pish. The feelings and everything like that. She was married to this guy called Gordon McRae. And it's good that I can talk like this here, and if you don't like it, you don't have to listen to it. It is tragic what happened, nonetheless, right? So she was married to Gordon McRae, but this company secretary, so this is back in the 70s, William McDowell, was having an affair with her. I think that's fact. Oh, he's denying it. He's dead now, but for what it's worth. Here we go. Here's the Land Rover, which was stopped in the stopped there. Now, so William McDowell how can I go without going into detail too much? Dal McGarry lay by. There was witnessed goings on there, Volvo estate. In that lay-by, there was a scream. A witness heard a scream. There was somebody with a pram. There was various witnesses. Some of the witnesses' testimony, if you like, were a bit misleading. Because this woman said it was an awful night. It was raining. It was this, that, and the other. Right up his arse, yeah. Get him out of the way. It was raining. Another one said it was a dry night. That's what, how can it be? But this woman said it was raining. It was an older lady, and I'm not going to, you know. But I don't know how much. So how do you remember things from 1976? I was going to say 45 years. How long was 1976? That's 49 years, isn't it? Well, that's when the court case was 45 years ago, right? When they did the testimony. So most of it, to me, it seems sort of circumstantial. Well, they've never found their bodies. So Andrew and Renee disappeared. Andrew was 3, so he was 7. I was 7. Right, the person. I was 7 when he died. Disappeared. Yeah, I was 7 when he disappeared. I was 7, so I was 7. 1970s. No, what the fuck? I was 10. 1976. Right? I was 10. Customer T Logistics. I was 10. I seem pretty sure that they were murdered, right? So it seems like this William McDowell murdered them in that lay-by. Put them in the back of his Volvo, set fire at a BMW 1602, or was it a 2002? And that Renee McRae was driving. So here's a woman living off the wealth of her husband, right? This is where I'm going. Like, this is the upsetting part that I can't really put on. What upset the relatives. Here's a woman running about in a BMW in 1976, married to this property developer with a successful company. I lived in Fort William at that time, and my friend, this is McGregor Construction, my friend's dad had a construction company. Anyway, never mind. Right. So at that time, I think McRae was possibly involved in, I don't know what, was it the A9? Were they involved in building the A9? I think so, right? Could find out. So here's a woman that is like not in love with her husband. Oh, that's crap, right? So she wasn't in love with her husband, and so she's gone out with this tall, handsome guy who was fucking married, right? He was married. TP never in there. And look what happened. So the son, the judge didn't say that. The judge didn't say that. But the documentary was claiming that Andrew was William McDowell's. I don't know about that, because one of them said that Andrew looked like him. You know, you can't really do that. You can't do that. Because what happens there is you make things fit, and you make things fit. Right, Mulgrew, thank you. You make things fit in your mind, and it's something the other person might look at the child and go, "No, he doesn't look like." And when people do that, I can see people looking like other people as well, right? So it's not. There is a science behind that actually, but it'd have to be done differently. It'd have to be done properly. So, what are we talking about now? Right, where were we? Listen, Duke, horrible car. Right, what was it? So he murdered his own son, if it was his son, and Renee. Right, so there's a woman driving in a BMW, living in a bungalow paid for by her husband, but she doesn't love her husband. This is where women are getting it wrong, right? And that was in 1976, and now it's worse. But no, that's not a good option. You know, it's not a good option. It's bad. And look what happened to her and her son. They're dead, right? So this guy, is he a psychopath? I was wondering that when they were had they done a test for psychopathy, William McDowell. You know, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think so. There was a lack of. For me, there was a lack of meat on the bone for this conviction, so they found him guilty, right? And to me, there was just a lack of. I'm not convinced, but I think he did it. Yeah, I would have said not proven, but I think they've done away with that. The bastards. Right. I just think there was a lack of evidence. But there were no bodies. There wasn't any. Well, this is the weird thing that he did. He went and got his Volvo 145 estate. I think it was a GL or a DL, and he hydro shine. Oh, there's a Jag. There's a Jag. We could have got a better picture of that one. He went and got his Volvo rear, the floor replaced. So he went to the garage, I think where he bought the car, and asked him to get on the floor. And it was a most unusual request. I don't think the guy's ever been asked for that. He's not. I mean, you could maybe get a new carpet, that's different, right? But we're talking about the floor. And I had a Volvo 245 DL estate, so I know the floor was solid. It's Swedish. At that time they made proper cars, made properly. The floor was like solid wood, and it's slotted into position. And underneath it you had the spare wheel and a jack and everything. And some of them you had 7-seat option. H&R Grey. Right, so what? Hey, right. We've got a peep there, yep. Fancy red paintwork. That looks alright. Right, so why would you do that? Why would you replace the floor in your Volvo estate? He said he was building a house or something and he threw rubbish in. Or it caught fire or something. It's a bit of a weird story, you know. Like, was it the boot of your floor caught fire? You know, it's like really strange. You know, it just wouldn't happen, would it? If it did, you'd be wanting bits of plastic and everything. It's really strange. I mean, you'd have to throw like, I mean, maybe I could have broke the floor, right? Maybe I could, right? Because I used to deliver car parts in England and everything. Maybe I might have done it. Chucking a 4-litre Jeep engine in the boot. Even then, I reckon the floor could have withstood that. The boot floor in a Volvo estate. I'm pretty sure it could have done. Heating coulthard's coming right up, guys. We've got the sun in our eyes. Gonna have to go in a minute. We're at 40. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he did kill. I just find it weird. So you're shagging this woman. She's a very attractive woman, right? Jaguar hearse. Wow. That's a XJ6. Yeah, I wouldn't mind being buried in that. Yeah, that'd be good. Right, so he was shagging this woman, a very, very attractive woman who had a son. It was such a disastrous situation. Not unusual nowadays. Yeah, no, of course it isn't. But living off this man's weight, I just think. So genetically, so she produced children, right? And now dead. He's dead as well. She died in 1976. It was very foolish behaviour of Renee McRae. And unfortunately, the saddest thing, obviously, is Andrew McRae, 3 years old, caught up in adult games. Adult, because that's all it was, sex games. The women like going about love and everything like that. They're liars. That she should have stuck with her husband and not been fucking about. And it's just think how wealthy she would be. She'd still be alive today. But her husband actually, funny enough, that's another weird thing about the story. He doesn't have any money now. But that must have affected him a lot. His son. I think it was his son. Yeah, but I don't know. You'd have to have DNA tests for that, wouldn't you? Right, so we're at 47 minutes 41. I think maybe we better go back that way, because if I go the other way it's going to take too long to get out of here, isn't it? Yeah, let's just go that way. Right, so it's a tragic story. So he died not far from here actually. He died over the other side of the river, Glenorchy. No, I don't think he died there. He would have died at Forth Valley Hospital. But that's where he was. That's where the prison is. Glenorchy, it's near Tillicooty. It's near. Yeah. The police just went that way. But I think we should go now. So we'll have to get. Oh, DSA. Hey! Try to get this. Wow! Try to get this oh right, it's jammed a little bit. Well, let's stand there. Oh god, it's a bit precarious. It really needs to be in smoother ground. You're probably going to fall over, I hope you don't mind. Look at the BMW, its big face. Oh, it's a 7 Series. I have to say it still looks quite good, but yeah. Do they still make a 7 Series? I don't know. Right guys. A spicy orange mini. Right guys, we're going to go now. We have to go. time for breakfast. Hey guys, thanks for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. We'll get you the next video. Bye! That's quite good. Right, we'll go in now. Double check the time. Just getting used to this thing. Oh yes. Oh yes. Hapag-Lloyd. And we smoothly just pop over to Home Bargains, Hayton Coulthard. And we've got Telecruity Quarries in as well. Yay! So I hope you enjoyed that video. Right, what we're going to do now, let's get out of this place. We'll walk back round. We'll wait till this truck goes past. Oh! Wait till the truck goes past. Yes. Past. Oh, ah! That's the thing about the other one, you can swivel it around and you can do that. You can. You can swivel it around to do a right, let's go guys, go! We've just been run over by a Volkswagen, another one. Let's catch this truck, let's get off the road, get out of the way. Oh. It's right. Tanker truck. Yes! Nice job, guys. This is where I was wanting to stand actually. Right, so right. Whoa, yes! EM Car Limited, wow! We've got a sales car, Arnold Shark. Here's it, right, okay, let's go, let's keep going. Right, so, thanks for coming along this video. We're going to start a new one now. It's not a bad place to stand here actually. So we're at 55 minutes. By the time you get out of here, yeah. Let's check out the time. What time is it? So today's agenda is sorting the house out. That's what I need to do. Yeah. That's what's on the agenda today for me. Do you know, I might buy another one of these selfie things that we're in. Quite impressed with it actually. We have another one, yeah. That might be an idea. Yeah. Right, so there's a cone up there. There's a fucking cone. What's that cone doing there? Oh, I don't know. An insignia. McRae English Limited. Right, let's go. Okay, let's check this cone out. Oh, aye. I want to check the cone out for. Well, it must be damage to the road. It must be. It must be damage to the road, guys. Who put that fucking cone there? Is that for me? Oh, aye, maybe it is. Ah, but somebody could nick the phone if you put it there. Don't be dumb. Don't be daft. Don't be dumb. BMWs. Oh, what's the cone doing sitting there? What's that? Oh, what's that say? What's that sign for? But it's right off the side of the road. For no reason. For no reason at all, guys. No reason at all. It's just sitting there. Flood. Ah, right, we've got flood here, guys. Ah, must have had a flood. When? Yesterday? Must have done. I must have had a flood. Right there. I never noticed it. I never noticed the flood. Right, anyway, right, so we're going now. So we're definitely going. Thanks. There's nothing coming. Skeoch Roundabout is going to sleep. There's nobody here. So please like, share and subscribe. Bye.